So the bacteria basically fall under the category of organisms that we call the prokaryotes. If you remember our discussion about cell biology, we had two broad types, two major types of cells. Okay? We have what we call prokaryotic cells and then eukaryotic cells. What is the main distinguishing feature? Of course, there are very many, but the main one is that prokaryotes lack a nuclear membrane. Okay, they lack a nuclear membrane. Basically, lack a true nucleus. Whereas eukaryotes have a true nucleus, and that nucleus is actually surrounded by what we call a nuclear membrane. The other aspect is basically about nuclear bound, membrane bound organelles. Prokaryotes do not have membrane bound organelles, whereas eukaryotes have membrane bound organelles. In terms of evolutionary history, life started with prokaryotes and then other branches of living organisms came off. Okay, so in terms of evolutionary history, it is the prokaryotes that are actually older. Okay, the fossils actually have demonstrated that these prokaryotes have existed on Earth for millions and millions of years. Okay, so our understanding of the existence of bacteria many years ago it provides us very good insights on how evolutionary history has been occurring. Okay, so we have very many prokaryotes, very many, in that they are very dominant in number. Almost everywhere you find bacteria, whether it is on your skin, whether it is in the air, whether it is in the soil, the bacteria will always be there. Okay, so this is about the prokaryotes. So they lack membrane-bound nucleus, they lack membrane-bound organelles. They are basically very simple organisms. They are unicellular. Okay, they are unicellular and are metabolically very diverse, and they can exist in different environmental conditions. Okay, so we have two major branches or two major groups of the prokaryotes. We have bacteria, then the archaea. Okay, those are the two branches of or the two groups of the prokaryotes. Okay, so in this case, remember, we are basically only focusing on the bacteria. So like I said, in terms of evolutionary history, the first cells were actually prokaryotes. So that means that prokaryotes actually came off from the prokaryotes. They are the oldest cells that we have. Okay, and they're believed to have existed for millions and millions of years. Okay, so how possible is it that we get macromolecules? What theory is there? But this is still explained in terms of evolution through the biosynthesis theory of origin of life. Okay, you need to go out and check out that presentation on the theories about the origin of life.